This game really brings back a lot. Countless hours of late nights when I should have been doing homework, crazy builds that took forever to complete, and friendships that would last all the way into adulthood. It's amazing to see where we are 10 years later after the official launch of Minecraft. I started playing this game in middle school, after a friend told us in class about this crazy new game called Minecraft. He told us, you spawn in this crazy world where you must gather resources, make shelter, and survive the night when the mobs spawn. Minecraft is a game that transcends all others, a game that has no goal, no missions, and no story. Yet, it is still something that millions of people come back to play throughout the years. In this video, I would like to dive into the background of Minecraft, all the way from when it was just being an idea to being fully released. This is part 1 on the history of Minecraft. Part 2 will cover the history and changes after launch. I'm planning on releasing that shortly in the next month or so. Almost everyone knows what Minecraft is or has played it at least once or twice in their life. It became the world's best-selling game, reaching a whopping 176 million copies worldwide on its 10th anniversary. But where did it all start? Let's roll back to 2009. Just to give you a realistic sense on how long ago that was, Sony sold 12 million floppy disks that year. If you don't know what a floppy disk is, well, I don't know what to tell you. Marcus Notch Persson, a Swedish programmer and designer that already had several games under his belt already. He would regularly compete in Java 4K gaming competitions every year. In 2008, Notch also made a game called Blast Passage that very much reminds me of a retro zombie survival game mixed with Minesweeper. One game Notch also created was Left 4K Dead. It was his rendition of Left 4 Dead in a 4 kilobyte size. Later, the zombies in this game and the night survival would be heavy influences for Minecraft. If Miner was the biggest influence on Notch's game design for Minecraft, amongst Dwarf Fortress and Dungeon Keeper, you can see where Notch got Minecraft's style and gameplay influences from. The blocky style of the graphics and the environment look eerily like Minecraft. Notch really wanted an RPG-like element to the game. With these ideas, the idea of Minecraft was born. The first version of Minecraft was released, and it was dubbed the excellent title of Cave Game Tech Test. The only thing the player could accomplish was walking around. There were 4 revisions to the game during the pre-classic period, and each time, Notch renamed the game from Cave Game, and then Minecraft Order of the Stone, Minecraft, and then finally Minecraft Alpha. The Cave Game Tech Test would only have 2 light levels and only 2 blocks, cobblestone and grass. The cobblestone and grass models were actually made from the same graphics from another game that Notch was developing that really didn't take off, and it was called Ruby Dung. Later iterations of the Cave Game Tech Tests included dirt, stone, and wooden planks. One of the major changes was the fact that the player could place and destroy blocks. An update would also make irregular world surfaces rather than just flat worlds. And then later updates would bring stability and game engine upgrades. Notch would then later that year release what is known as Classic Minecraft. Minecraft would come out with 4 major versions: Early Classic Creative, Multiplayer Test, Survival Test, and Late Classic Creative. These versions of Minecraft would be the first for people to try it out. On August 31st, 2009, the Survival Test would include the well-known and sometimes loved mobs of Minecraft, including zombies, skeletons, creepers, and pigs. The creeper was actually based off a failed pig model that Notch mixed up the height and length variables. One of the most iconic game characters in the game was based off a mistake. The survival test would not include any crafting or inventory management, but what the game did bring was a point-based system for killing the in-game mobs. This was really just a test for the game's first ever mobs that appeared in the game. Early Classic Creative brought more blocks such as bedrock, sand, gravel, trees, and much more. This update also brought it so the player could pick up blocks once they were destroyed. Another big addition to the game was the different player models. which looked nothing like Steve. Their names were Rana, Steve, Black Steve, and Beast Boy. None of them had walking animations, so they kind of just floated around. These mobs were created by Hayden Doc Scott Barron. Doc also had his hand in development of Roller Coaster Tycoon and a few other games. He had also developed a Minecraft logo that was never used. These players would be removed in early 2010 when Doc left Mojang. The only real reason to adding these players was to test the lighting conditions in the engine. In December, Minecraft entered its in-depth period, adding torches, crafting tables, weapons, fire, and a legendary dirt background main menu. Going into February, furnaces, pork chops, and flint were added to the game amongst other objects. The in-depth period was mostly devoted to testing new mechanics and items in-game. In-depth would become somewhat like what we have today, just with far less features and gameplay mechanics. Players would have to use tools, crafting, smelting, and also would have to prepare food and make weapons to defend themselves by the mobs that would spawn at night. Players would have to save their map locally on their machine and reload it if they died. One huge issue that came to the table was the fact that the maps were finite, and Notch realized it would be a huge gameplay difference to have infinite worlds. So InDepth was born. The InDepth period was short-lived, but when it was brought to life, it removed world themes and other features that InDepth had. However, it added minecarts and the ability for players to respawn without having to reload the map. InDepth brought maps that would generate infinitely, extending the possibilities of gameplay. This version also saw new crafting recipes, 3D clouds, better cave systems, and an upgraded fluid model to better represent water. Minecraft Alpha replaced InDepth on June 28, 2010, and it was until September 2010 when InDepth was taken off the Minecraft website. Minecraft Alpha was released, bringing much more to the table. Originally and technically, InDepth was originally released as the first alpha of Minecraft, but Notch relabeled it as InDepth. Version labeling aside, Notch left his day job and started to work on Minecraft full-time in early 2010. Minecraft Alpha brought survival back, multiplayer for survival to be specific, new music, boats, redstone circuits, and a difficulty setting for those who are not hardcore gamers. Later in that year, the Halloween update would further Minecraft down development in Alpha. This update added the Nether, biomes, and a bunch of new mobs and new blocks. This update also included cave sounds and increased world height to 128 blocks. Notch also introduced snowy and icy terrain as well. Minecraft Alpha was a big game changer. On September 18, 2010, Minecraft Authentication server broke, so Notch decided to turn that into a free weekend for his players to play the game, earning him a bunch of free press and new players. A month later, a little-known YouTube creator by the name of PewDiePie made his first video titled Minecraft Multiplayer Fun.
Hämta fraps!
Ja, gör det.
During this time, the Herobrine creepypasta was born. Now, Notch has come out publicly saying that it does not exist, but many players to this day say it does. The Herobrine creepypasta became so popular that in the game change logs later on down the road, Mojang would poke fun at it by saying removed or added Herobrine. Minecraft would soon fall into the beta stage of development on December 20th, with Minecraft Beta 1.1 officially releasing on December 22nd. This was its last stage of development before full release. There were 8 major releases in the beta stage. Going into 2011, Minecraft sells more than 1 million copies of Minecraft. The ball really starts rolling as Minecraft becomes really popular. On May 24th, Minecraft Pocket Edition was announced on Mojang's website. Later that year, on June 6th, the Xbox 360 edition was announced at the E3 Gaming Conference. The beta edition would introduce many new features, including achievements, creative game mode, weather effects, wolves, more redstone mechanics, and finally, beds so you can skip through the night. The final update to the beta was known and named as the Adventure Update, that would bring strongholds and villages, endermen, cave spiders, swamp biomes, ocean biomes, ravines, and creepy old abandoned mine shafts. There was going to be one more update to the beta, but Notch pushed back the beta 1.9 release further until Minecon later that year, and decided to make that beta release become the full version of 1.0 of Minecraft, its full release.
Let's go to a place where everything is made of blocks, where the only limit is your imagination. Let's go wherever you want to go. Climb the tallest mountains. Venture down to the darkest caves. Build anything you want. Day or night, rain or shine. Because this is the most significant sandbox you'll ever set foot in. Build a majestic castle. Invent a new machine. Or take a ride on a roller coaster. Play with friends. Build your own little...
Finally, on November 18th, 2011, after 2.5 years of development, Minecraft exited beta. This full release was known as the second part of the Venture Update. Brewing, Enchanting, The End, and a hardcore mode were a few additions amongst the many that were added for full release. The legendary Ender Dragon was added, blaze mobs, magma cubes, snow golems, and a bunch more. The new dimension, properly named The End, replaced the previously planned Sky Dimension. Potions were added, and finally, the end poem and the end credits were added as well. They show when the player leaves and enters the exit portal from the end. This was the last update Notch developed before he left the Minecraft team. Minecraft does definitely have a place in my heart, as it does for many others. This is Minecraft's early history from pre-release to launch. If you are interested in the second part of Minecraft's history, drop a like on this video and comment what you'd like to see and subscribe to make sure you won't miss it when it comes out. Stay cool and play Minecraft.